Hi everybody, it's me, Daisha. Welcome to my channel, Damn She Deep, and I'm back with another video. So I was feeling super inspired today to make a video, so I really wanted to pop in really quickly just to give some tips on how to have a healthy relationship or friendship and what healthy friendships look like. And I'm gonna go work out this soon. This has been like a whole self-care day, so yeah, this is really quick, but I was feeling inspired, so I figured like let me go ahead and get this content out because y'all know how that go. Okay, so first thing, I think I have like about 5-6 tips. Okay, so the first thing is in order to have healthy relationships and healthy friendships, you have to know who you are. And it's important to know who you are because if you don't, people will try to tell you, and then you're also easily manipulated because you don't have no foundation. You just trying to look for validation and friendships and things like that at the cost of who you are. Whereas if you are rooted in who you are and you are rooted in self, you're able to make authentic relationships because these people are in your life because of who you are and what you bring. Whereas you don't have to pretend, you don't have to wear a mask, and we're not trying to have no mask no more. In 2019 and forward, like, it's over for wearing a mask in relationships. And which brings me to my second point, which is being authentic and who you are. And it takes so much work to really find out who you are, but I encourage everybody to do that work so you can meet your authentic self and begin walking in that so you can have authentic relationships. When you're walking in your authentic self, you're able to be vulnerable and intimate with friends because you don't have to put up a mask. You don't have that fear of being judged because you know these people are your friends, if that makes sense. Like, they really rock with you for who you are. Therefore, you can let your guard down. You can let them know what's happening to you, how you feel when you're not having a good day, the things that are going on in your life without fear of being judged because you know these people are really rocking with you. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to have a facade up. You know, these are genuine relationships where you can bare your soul and y'all are still friends. They're gonna offer you advice. They are going to be there for you and offer support. But in order to be vulnerable and intimate with others, we have to feel safe. So I encourage you all, if you have friends that you don't feel like you can share personal things with, you feel like you can't be intimate with them, you cannot be vulnerable with them, you may want to look at why. And if it's because you don't feel safe, you know, just kind of sit on that, ponder that, meditate on that to see why you don't feel safe, because maybe it's an inauthentic relationship. Yeah. So also, this brings me to my next point. Relationships and friendships are give and take. So you don't want to have one-sided relationships where one person is giving everything emotionally or financially or, you know, support wise. Like, you don't want that because that creates an imbalance. You want to be able to go into relationships where people have something to give you and you have something to give them. And, you know, everybody is benefiting. It's a mutually beneficial relationship, because when relationships aren't mutually beneficial, they can burn out real quick because you get tired of doing all the emotional labor or always giving whatever it is. You get tired of that. That gets old quick. When nobody is filling back up your cup, but you're constantly giving, that's leaving you at a deficit. And it's not fair, and it's not a healthy relationship. It's actually a toxic relationship. So if you have those types of vibes in your life, I encourage you to ponder that, see what's going on with that, and release it if it's not for you. Okay, but also always give the opportunity to the other party to make it right. Let them know how you're feeling. People may not know that they're constantly coming for you on an energetic level. And you may not even know that, but once you figure it out, like this is what's happening, have that dialogue between you and that friend that's about being vulnerable and being intimate. And if this person is really your friend, they will be like, okay, you know, I understand how you feel that. I apologize for, you know, this dynamic, and I'm going to work on that. I'm going to do better about pouring into the situation or giving back just as much as I take. And, you know, it will be fine. And that's really important in friendship, to be able to have honest, raw conversations, and it not having to be this big old drawn out dramatic conflict or argument. Like, we are not meant to agree 24/7 just because we're friends. Like, that's not realistic. Like, I want friends that have differing views or opposing views, or friends that will challenge me, because that's going to make me, number one, think, understand different perspectives, and also give me the opportunity to grow from another perspective. So it's all necessary. I think it's important to have friends that are on a journey of leveling up with you, but maybe not in the same way. You know, maybe everybody, all of your friends, I don't know, want to do something to take themselves to the next level. Like, that's good. Like, and this also kind of brings me to my next point, like making sure you have friends on the same vibration. So if you are trying to better yourself in one way, two ways, three ways, all your friends should be on that same wavelength about, you know, trying to better themselves, trying to do better. Because if y'all come together as friends, and you on this journey of, oh, I'm trying to level up, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to have a business, I'm trying to get my spiritual self in order, I'm trying to, you know, just, I have goals. And if your other friend doesn't have goals, like, y'all gonna annoy each other because y'all not on the same vibe. Like, y'all not on the same wavelength. It's not working. So it's important to have friends that, I don't want to say have the same interests as you, because I do believe that you can have different friends from different walks of life, because I do. And I learn different things from each friend. But a consistent theme amongst my friends is, we're all trying to be better. We all are trying to be our greatest selves. We're all working on something, whether it be a business, our sales, our families. Like, we just want something greater. And although I'm the queen of turn up, period, like, don't ever get it twisted. However, I don't want to be in situations where that's the only thing we could do is turn up. Like, it's more to life. Okay. And then also, having a healthy relationship or a friendship, you have to have acceptance. I am learning on this journey that I cannot control or change anyone but myself. So I'm also learning that love is equal to giving people freedom to be who they are, which is also like acceptance. If you're my friend, you may got some ways that I don't really vibe with, or I don't like, or whatever. But if you're really my friend, I love you, and I'm going to accept you and understand, like, that's just the nature of who she is or who he is. Just as if I want that grace too, because I'm not, perfect either. I have funny acting ways, weird ways that just may be like, okay, they should, whatever. And I still want you to accept me and to love me. I want that grace as well. So I owe it to my friends to accept them for who they are. And just keep it moving, because we're friends. That's what friends do. I'm not trying to control you. I'm not trying to change you. I'm trying to level up in this 3D realm together, And like I said, as you accept me, I'm going to accept you. So in order to have healthy relationships, we have to have acceptance. So we're not trying to control others. And lastly, in order to have healthy relationships and healthy friendships, we need to be open to them. Like, I caught myself saying, like, I'm just in this weird phase where I don't really have that many friends. However, that's really not the truth. I have many new relationships that are emerging for me, and I'm very grateful that I'm open to receiving them, and you never know how they're gonna come. Like, I meet people at the bar, I meet people through my DMs, like, I meet people just catching a vibe. And I'm not really like into like the dating part of meeting people online. I've done it before, but just in this season that I'm in right now, no. But as far as like girlfriends, yes, like if we connect, we have the same vibe on Instagram or something like that, and you're cool, I'm cool, let's get together, sis. Let's hang out. Let's, you know, see what we have in common. Let's just pour into each other. You have to be open to receiving healthy relationships and new relationships. You can't be just so closed off because you never know how God is going to bless you. So I just wanted to leave you all with that. Be open to receiving. That's divine feminine energy anyway. So be open to receiving new relationships, healthy relationships. You never know where they're going to come from. And I'm sorry. That was crazy. But yes, please be open. And I think that's it. I just really wanted to pop in really quick, make a video because I was feeling inspired. I'm really vibrating high, if you can't tell today. It's Self-Care Thursday. I love Self-Care Thursday. Yeah, so if you like this video, please send it to a friend if you found the tips helpful. If you can relate to anything I said, please leave it in the comments. If this is your first time and you're new to my channel, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on in my next video. Bye.